Okay, guys, I'm a bit annoyed at the moment. I recorded something. When was it? The 9th of June, and it was with celebrity WAG Lizzie Cundy, and she was just talking about how she sort of got ghosted by Meghan, but she understood because the life has changed and so forth. And I thought everything was cool. I didn't really report on it, but she's come out this morning and she's basically bagging Meghan. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play both clips. I'll play the one from the 9th of June that I recorded and off the local TV, and then we'll play the one that was today. So let's have a look. And you'll see if you've got the same opinion as me, whether she's changed her opinion of Meghan or not.
British showbiz reporter Lizzie Cundy has spent decades on the red carpet interviewing the stars. A former WAG with a host of celeb friends, the socialite has even made a few headlines of her own.
Now, the TV and radio personality is taking us behind the scenes of her glamorous life, sharing salacious stories and secrets in a new book. And one in particular caught our attention, with a tale of her unlikely friendship with the now Duchess of Sussex.
It's just tremendous.
Meghan.
I've had the best time in London. Fans are amazing.
And how are you enjoying London life? I mean, it must be mad because, it's very different here and it's cold.
It is very cold. But the people are so warm. As cheesy as that sounds, I was joking today, I've never been called love or darling more in my life, so it makes me want to stick around for a while.
No, you're hosting tonight.
Okay, darling. Now, from London, Lizzie Cundy joins us.
So you can see there she's quite chummy with her and so forth, and they look like pals. So this whole theme keeps going in the interview. Let's have a look.
Live. Thanks for staying up so late over there. Now, any mention of the Duchess, and of course...
I'm always up late. But good morning to you all.
Thanks for joining us. Any mention of the Duchess, and we are on board. So let's talk through this relationship. When did you first meet her?
Well, I first met Meghan. In fact, I didn't have a clue who she was. I was told to look after her for a charity dinner. And I was saying, who is this Meghan? And they were saying, oh, she's an actress. She's coming from Vancouver. I had to Google her. I still couldn't find her. So I said, look, I'll look after her. But we actually got on like a house on fire. And so happened we had another night together the following night at a big charity event with Eva Longoria. But we got on so well. And she was a real girl's girl, loved London, loved English men, and she wanted to find a boyfriend.
Okay, so there we go. They're sounding pretty chummy. Hey, they're best of friends. They get along in the house like a house on fire. And I thought, Lizzie Cundy, she could be a good source of, reliable information about Meghan. Okay, so, and apparently the Sun reported, I don't know how reliable the Sun is, I think it's a tabloid over in the UK, reported that Lizzie was going to set her up with Ashley Cole, because apparently they were flicking through photos and Meghan liked the look of Ashley Cole, so don't know how accurate that report is, but so there we go. She's saying that she's getting along like a house on fire, so let's see what else she's got to say.
So I thought, well, I'm good at matchmaking. I'll help her.
Really? So what were her words to you? Help me find a boyfriend, or how did that pan out?
Well, I was recently divorced. I was married to a Chelsea footballer, and I just recently
Jason
split.
Cundy,
and
yeah.
She was asking me lots of questions. I was asking her about her love life, and we found we were both single girls. She had a bit of time in London, so I said, look, I'll try and help you find a guy. And she said, maybe a celebrity. So I thought, well, why not? So we started looking through my phone. There were a few footballers in there, and she took, she liked one of them, Ashley Cole, who used to play for Chelsea. And we kind of just chatted, had a good time. But never did I think in a million years she would have the catch of the century.
How did your matchmaking go? Did you?
Well, it was quite good. We were looking through, we were having a giggle, as girls do, having a few drinks. We stayed in touch after. We got on really well. But she was hanging out with a lot of actors from the Made in Chelsea. I don't know if you're aware of that show, but a big hit over in the UK. So there were a lot of the actors and actresses there that she started mingling with, and I think she wanted to be in that reality show herself because she loved London. She, on that was the last probably interview, one of the last interviews she did before she met Harry, and she loved everyone calling her darling, and she loved the cold weather and all the fun and the showbiz fun. So she really was having a good time in London, and she seemed to find her real match in London.
She sure
I
did.
couldn't believe it.
So that was just a couple of years ago, and did you stay in touch after? But then what happened?
Yeah, well, she met Harry, and obviously I said, wow, that's a good catch. And she said, yeah, thank you, let's hook up soon. But there's a very well-known presenter, TV presenter called Piers Morgan, and he said, she's blanked me, Meghan's blanked me. And then I tried, because there was a big article, her family, her father and her sister had written and sold stories on her. So I wrote and said, look, I hope you're okay. And then I realised there was no response and her Twitter account was down. So I just suppose that what happens when you become a royal, I wasn't hurt by it, but I understood it. But I miss her because she was great fun.
Did you?
So yeah, still Meghan's friend. Yeah, it seems that she's still Meghan's friend, and she understood the protocol of the royal family, and they probably do drop a few friends here and there. So.
Get to know her well enough to understand how she'd feel about you talking about all of this on Australian TV today?
Well, do you know what? I think I have nothing but nice words to say about her. She was great fun.
Soon find out about
we had
that.
a real giggle. As I said, a real girl's girl. I think they're a perfect match. And I have nothing but nice things to say about Meghan. She has had a bit of a tough time in the press at home with various things. But, I'm a real supporter of her. And I was at Buckingham Palace, actually, the other day for a big charity event. And I walked in, I was like, wow, the girl's done good. And I couldn't be happy for her.
You're such a supportive friend.
I am a supportive friend.
Lizzie, when you read those stories in the papers, and as you say you do, and then there are the stories about her being controlling and coming in and trying to shake things up, did you get any sense that is perhaps what she may be capable of doing? Do you believe any of those stories that you're reading? Or do you think it is the difference between, say, the American way about going about things and the British way?
Yeah. Well, yeah, there is a bit of that, and I think she was a Hollywood actress. She was known as an actress, and showbiz life is very different to being a royal. And I think that trying to have that transition, I think it was very difficult for her, to be honest. And it is reported that a lot of staff have gone, but I just think Meghan wants to do things her way. Even the birth, she didn't want the Queen's doctors; she wanted her own people in, and she does things the way she wants to do them. She won't be told. Yeah. So but Harry's our most popular royal there is, and I just think they really want to do things their way, and Harry's very, very protective of her. But yeah, she has rubbed a few noses up the wrong way, I will be honest. But I do just think she's a very strong personality, and she's all for, she's a real women's liber, she really sticks up for women. And I just take my hat off to her. I think she's amazing.
Yeah.
Well, it's important that we acknowledge that you do have other friends as well. Your new book is endorsed by music mogul Simon Cowell. Now, you had a kind of a funky start to this friendship, didn't you? What happened?
Well, I've been friends.
Okay, so this is why I didn't really report about this, because I don't really like putting people up who are flogging a book, I always think that they've got a ulterior motive, so that's why I didn't really put up Lizzie Cundy's report here. And but I sort of had in the back of my mind, if she comes back on the show again, the morning show and so forth, she'll probably do an honest assessment of what's going on. So anyway, so let's keep going here.
Friends with Simon for over 20 years, and I was in a restaurant. He happened to be in the same restaurant.
Actually, this is a good story.
I ran off to pay the bill for a friend at the end of the evening, and I just thought, all right, I'm going to pop into this toilet. It was a bit like a VIP loo, so I ran in, but I hadn't bolted the door, and then all of a sudden the door sort of is wide open, and there it is, Simon Cowell himself, and I'm like, oh, and he said, I know you, and I went, yeah, I know you. Can you shut the door? I was like, no. So when I came out, he apologised. I know, it's so embarrassing. And he said, look, join me at the table, have a drink. And we had a giggle about it, and we've remained friends ever since. So that's 20 years of friendship. And he's a great guy. I know he's known as the nasty judge, but he's not like that at all. He's sweet and soft and very kind and lovely. But there are some real funny stories in this book, you know, from Al Pacino, Mickey Rourke, Sharon Stone. They're all in there, but they're good fun. It's not a kiss and tell. They're real funny, rip-roaring stories, and the real life, you know, on the red carpet, which isn't always that glamorous, as you guys probably know.
Yeah. Well, it's a great read, Lizzie. Great to chat with you, and really interesting getting those insights into Meghan Markle as she was. The Duchess of Sussex, as we know her now. Thanks so much.
That's
great to chat to you, Lizzie.
I think the takeaway
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Lizzie. The takeaway is don't bolt the dunny door, because great things can happen if you leave the door a-flapping in the restaurant.
Lizzie Cundy's new book is called Tales from the Red Carpet. That's what it looks like. Thanks Lizzie.
Okay, so now we'll go to today's. So at the time I thought, oh, yeah, she's really cool, you know, good sense of humour, etc. And then this morning, this is why I'm annoyed. So I went through my recordings from this morning, tonight, and this is her second interview. So let's have a look at this. Start this one up. Here we go. Come on, start. Yeah, my server's playing up. It should be right.
Lizzie Cundy has been a red carpet regular for over a decade. From the Spice Girls to the royal family, she considers some of the best in the biz her closest pals.
Yeah, now she's dishing the dirt from her social circle of celebrities, including new details on why the Duchess of Sussex is causing chaos with the Cambridges. Lizzie Cundy joins us now live from London.
So there we go. So she went from friend, now she's going to be dishing the dirt on why Meghan's causing chaos in the royal family. So, I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I see a vast change here. But tell me what you think. Are you seeing the same thing that I'm seeing?
Welcome back to the morning show, Lizzie.
Hey.
Hello, it's lovely to be with you, and a happy anniversary, 12 years. Wow.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Fantastic.
Thank you. We know that Harry is set to leave the Royal Foundation. That's the charity set up that they shared with Wills and Kate. Now it's being reported that Wills's controlling nature got the better of the Sussexes. Any truth to that? Is there that rift between the brothers, and is this the cause of it?
Well, let me tell you, it's getting so bad that apparently Meghan has called in a sort of social media expert, because she's quite unhappy that Kate and Wills have more followers than she and Harry. It's getting mad because they're 700,000 followers down. But there is this rivalry, and there are some people not very happy with Meghan at the moment, including Prince Philip, 98 may I say, who is in all the papers in the UK today, who is allegedly quoted in saying, "One should be seen with an actress, but not marry one."
That's like a total Prince Philip thing to say, isn't it? He likes to gaff. He likes to gaff. But yeah, hey, he's 98 years old. Let's give him a bit of leeway there.
Oh.
So, yes. It's going to be a bit frosty around that dinner table, I think.
That's an older quote, though, right? That isn't current. He didn't say that recently.
Well, it's come out. It's all in our national newspapers today.
Wow.
But there is.
It sounds like something he would say.
Totally.
Yes.
It would. Well, you know what he's like. You know what he's like with his driving. But the fact is that Meghan seems to be rubbing up people the wrong way. And obviously, it was Father's Day. They did the wonderful post of baby Archie looking adorable. But the christening's happening in 2 months' time at St George's Chapel in Windsor. But is she going to stick with the tradition? She didn't with the birth. She didn't want any of the Queen's, you know, doctors and midwives there. She wanted to do it Meghan's way. And that's what everyone's saying. And who are the godparents going to be? Is it going to be the Clooneys? Are we going to have the Beckhams? And I think the royals are finding the showbiz side of it a bit too much, from what I'm hearing.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, well, we might come back to that godparents later too and talk to you about Victoria Beckham. But in the meantime, Harry's no longer speaking with some of his best mates, and Meghan is to blame, supposedly.
Well, yeah, a lot of the friends have been quite vocal, saying they've been pushed out. And he had a big, you know, group of male friends he used to go with. You know, there were the famous pictures in Las Vegas where he was sitting on his friend Adam Bidwell's shoulders. Friends with people like James Haskell, who's an England rugby star here. You know, and a lot of his old friends have been pushed aside, and they're thinking this is the Meghan effect. You know, she has done it with many of the friends here as well, you know, and maybe there is that controlling side. That's what people are saying, which is quite sad because he was very much into his friends. He was very, you know, he loved that side of normality. And
Well, my view of it is maybe the Queen's just sort of giving him a bit of a talk and saying, you know, this is a new chapter of your life and you can't be hanging around all your old mates that, you know, when he was actually caught naked in Las Vegas and all the sort of drunken nights he had there, and yeah, maybe the Queen had a bit of a talking to. It couldn't be Meghan. It might not be Meghan at all. It could be just the Queen, you know, giving him a bit of a talk now that he's become a husband and a father.
I think that's why Harry is one of our most popular royals.
Yeah. Excuse me.
Explain to us the drama between Kate and her former friend Rose Hambury. Now, we've seen all the rumours of a royal affair between Rose and William, but Rose is no longer wearing her wedding ring.
That's correct, I know, and I have to say these two, their lives were entwined. They were so close. They went to every dinner party together, every wedding, social occasions. They always sat together, and the four of them, Rose's husband, who is a very wealthy man, let me tell you, $112 million, and he's very wealthy, David Rock Savage, and they all used to party together but would socialise, holidays, dinners. They have been swept aside, and Rosie, things aren't so rosy for Rosie, let me tell you, because she was pushed right to the back of the Trump state banquet. She didn't have a ring on, she's not being included, and people are questioning what has gone on here. Apparently Wills has tried and make it better, but it's not working. Kate wants nothing to do with her, and she's been really, you know, pushed to the back, shall we say. So it's very odd.
Yeah,
something's gone on.
Something went down.
Yeah.
Everyone from George and Amal Clooney to Victoria Beckham have been suggested for godparents, and we touched on this. Who do you think will score the official role?
All right. So it's, you know, of course, you know, the public would love celebrity godparents, but the rumours are that I've heard that there'll probably be people that Harry's known, you know, since he was a kid, and some friends along that line. So I don't think they'll have celebrity godparents, even though it'd be really cool to have George Clooney as a godparent. But I don't think that's going to happen. Let's see if Walrus Rider's going to be right on this one.
Well, I've got a feeling it could be old gorgeous George. He stuck up for Meghan recently, saying, look, the press, get off her back. You know, he's very vocal. Meghan was very happy he did that. I think they've got a good chance, I'll be honest. I'm not so sure with the Beckhams, though I have to say I was at the first ever meeting when Meghan first met Victoria Beckham, and I cannot tell you how excited she was. I was like, you've got to calm down. She was like an excited puppy dog.
So who was
like,
excited?
cool.
Meghan was excited? Or
Meghan.
Meghan
was so excited, yeah.
Right.
But don't forget that Meghan hadn't met Harry just before she met Harry, and obviously Victoria Beckham, already a star in her own right. But I was like, calm down, you know, it's only a Spice Girl. Don't get too excited.
But what's the status now of the relationship between Victoria and Meghan?
Well, I think Victoria is quite in awe. They're very, you know, obviously want to be mixing with royalty. And Victoria was seen at a wedding recently, dressed kind of copying the Meghan look, shall we say, in that train. Did you see the train dress she was wearing, the white? It was very Meghan style. And I think, well, Victoria would love to be around Meghan and Harry. So I think it's kind of reversed the roles, shall we say.
Yes.
Play dates at Frogmore.
Yes. Wouldn't you want to be involved, wouldn't you?
Would you?
If there was,
You would,
well,
you
if
would.
there was
Of course you'd want to be
sniff,
involved.
of course you would. You'd be calling in that old favour. You'd be. Oh my goodness. Thank you so
remember
much,
me?
Lizzie.
Yeah. It's great to be with you, and happy anniversary, guys.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks,
so
Lizzie
much.
Cundy,
Great
all
to
the
see
way
you.
from London this morning for us.
All right.
Okay, so what do you think? Do you think Lizzie Cundy has turned on Meghan, or do you think she's just reporting what's going on in the British media like I am? Because people get the have the same opinion of me. They sort of think because I'm reporting it, I agree with it, which I don't. I'm just reporting it. So maybe we'll give Lizzie a benefit of the doubt. She seems quite fun. I quite like reporting on her. So next time she's on the morning show, I might do some commentary and show you what Lizzie's got to say about Meghan. But everyone in the UK, I don't get the UK news, so just leave in your comments below what's going on over there, the latest. I had some great coverage when Meghan and Harry were in Australia, and that was great. But we don't get too much coverage here in Australia what's going on, so leave your comments below what's going on in the UK and the latest rumours, and I'll hunt them down and give my opinion on them. So you know the drill. Like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you next time, guys. Bye.